Those things you said made you to resign your position in the Ebonyi government. We would want to know just a few of it.
Yes. One of them was that there was an empowerment exercise that he designed for widows. One, he was making use of Fidelity Bank. I think it was 2 banks were managing that program that time. Some amounts of money, billions, were designed for that program. What happened was that to receive a lot of 250,000 as the beneficiary. But what would finally come to you was 100,000, some 50,000. Some 150. People that got 150 were those who were fortunate to take up to 150,000. So, and the government would expect us as the errand boys, to amplify it. So at a point, I said no out of my initial purpose. So I can't continue to be lying. I can't continue saying things the way they are not. Just could justify my faith. The preparation you asked, let me tell you, do you know that these governors are into crypto, these state allocations, state money? They know how they do it with the banks. They know how they run it with the banks. See, they are into real business with. That's why sometimes they are using money, the money for pensioners. See it? So when that allocation comes, they'll use it. They have boys that corrupt SS at Ebonyi State because. Oh my Lord, I was the one that reviewed the money she stole the other guy. He got 1.something billion.
The amount of money that you go keep calling, that people in government are
What?
Chika Nwoba is a Nigerian journalist, activist, and outspoken political commentator from Ebonyi State. Over the years, he has become one of the most recognizable and controversial voices in southeastern Nigeria's political space, admired by some, criticized by others, but rarely ignored.
I realized that the man was just playing games. He saw leadership as an avenue to enrich himself. I had to resign. So when I resigned, they came and attacked me in my house in Kaliki.
To his supporters, Chika is a truth teller, a fearless citizen journalist who exposes corruption, injustice, and political hypocrisy without fear of consequences. To his critics, he is a troublemaker, a man whose methods are too blunt and whose opinions are too sharp for comfort.
The question you asked, let me tell you, do you know that these governors are into state allocations, state money? They know how they do it with the banks. They know how they run it with the banks. So they are into real business with. That's why sometimes they are using money, the money for pensioners. See it? So when that allocation comes, they'll use it. They have boys that trade for them.
He has served as the publicity secretary of People's Democratic Party in Ebonyi State, using his position on social media platforms to challenge state power and raise public awareness on issues many others avoid.
His Excellency, with due respect, has not commissioned one project, and this is the 10th year.
You see, he has not commissioned one project.
Mention it now. Mention it now. The most corrupt SS that Ebonyi State has produced. I was the one that reviewed the money she stole the other
The amount of money that you keep calling, that people in government are His activism has also led to multiple arrests and detentions, experiences that have shaped his unyielding voice and defiant personality. Beyond politics, Chika Nwoba represents a growing generation of Nigerians who believe that silence is complicity, that the pen, the phone, and the camera are modern tools of resistance. The first question I have for you today is, who is Chika Nwoba? And
what is your purpose in activism?
Okay, thank you. Chika Nwoba is a young man, 34 years old, from Ikwo local government area of Ebonyi State. Chika Nwoba lives in Oka, Anambra State. He's a graduate of English, Chukwemeka Ojukwu University, the Bariam campus. So I'm a political activist. So I do political activism. So, and what informed that decision to go into political activism was the zeal to see that Ebonyi State is working, because I narrowed it to Ebonyi. Because charity, they say, begins at home. So I took it down to Ebonyi. If you follow me very well, you will see that I hardly talk about other states or even the national. So let's take it from home. Then maybe as time goes on, we'll take it up to zone and national. So I want to push a struggle, and I've been pushing it since 2017 to ensure that there is good governance in Ebonyi and for Ebonyi people and the residents of Ebonyi. So,
What made you like this? What made you become a political activist? Is it poverty? Is it envy? Or is it pure passion for truth?
Yes, what made me to go into it was, in 2014, I supported Dave Umahi to become governor. So my anger was that Elechi did less. Elechi performed less, and I felt that Umahi was going to fulfill those things we expected of Elechi to carry out, But at the end of everything, they even brought me into the government. There was an office created by the government, Ebonyi State Government Social Media or New Media Office. So I was the chairman. I came all the way from Oka. So my coming there, I felt Umahi was ready to govern Ebonyi in truth and in light. So let me contribute to the development of my state. So as time went on, that was in 2016. As time went on, I spent 1 year only in the system. So I realized that Umahi was just playing games. Umahi was just, he saw leadership as an avenue to enrich himself. So I had to resign. So, and when I resigned, Umahi would always like to prove himself. Then, to prove himself as a tyrant. So they came and attacked me in my house in Kaliki. So, and the marks are still here. You see, back of my head. So they almost killed me. So they said that they came to look for a document that was missing in the office that I applied. Then you ask yourself, my office was online. So what physical document do you expect me to be in possession of? So, I just survived that attack. I spent 1 month at the Federal Teaching Hospital. That is at Alex Ekweme University Teaching Hospital. Survived it. Since that year, that was in March 2018. They continued fighting me since that time. So then I said, okay, what is there? Anybody that is into activism knows that prison and arrest are two things that person cannot run away from. So from that time, I've been going to prison. I've gone to prison 2 times. So I've been arrested like 7 times. I've had 13 different court cases, none of which are instituted. So thank God that I've been winning all. So
The people that attacked you, were they police, were they state actors or hoodlums?
There were hoodlums working for Dave Umahi when he was governor. And there were hoodlums because they weren't hiding their faces. There were people I know. So they came from the Office of Internal Security. internal security office and youth and sports. They were staying at the old Ebonyi Hotel. That was the place they came from. In fact, one of them is from my community. It's man SA in the current administration. It's SA on internal security. You see? So they came and they told me what they came for. They came by 4:30 in the morning, waiting for, because they didn't know. The guy that told them where I was staying was my friend. She's now late. That is a lawyer. So, Barrister Leo. So, he was trying to use me and negotiate his way into the government. So anyone who had the opportunity to catch me.
There was a bounty on your head.
Yes. So they started sending my friends, making use of my friends. In fact, it was because of that he was made a member of the House of Assembly Service Commission in Ebonyi. So, but I thank God that I escaped it.
Those things you said made you to resign your position in the Ebonyi government. We would want to know just a few of it.
Yes. One of them was that there was an empowerment exercise that he designed for widows. So one, he was making use of Fidelity Bank. I think it was 2 banks that were managing that program that time. So I think some amounts of money, billions, were designed for that program. So what happened was that you would receive a lot of 250,000, as the beneficiary. Then, but what will finally come to you was 100,000, some 50,000, some 150. People that got 150 were those who were fortunate, to take up to 150,000. So, and the government would expect us as the errand boys, to amplify it. You see it. So at a point, I said, no, this is taking me out of my initial purpose. So I can't continue to be lying. I can't continue saying things the way they are, not just to justify my pay. And what was even the pay? At that point, it was 70,000 naira. That was in 2017, 16-17. It was 70,000 naira, and it seldom came. It didn't come regularly. In fact, 6 months, we weren't paid. We were 3 number. So the money wasn't coming. So I said, no, I can't be losing money and be losing my future and be losing my integrity. So it is better that I leave then. And I expected that they were coming to fight me. So, but I didn't know that they could go the extent they went.
This is a very heavy one. It's a very allegation. I'm trying to find out how it works.
But you say, well, this is not the first time I've been writing it down.
Yeah. People have not really paid attention to it, because this is something that it deserves all the attention it can get. And what I'm struggling to understand is, how do you think they do it that one would get a credit alert of 250,000 naira, according to you, but what will finally get to them will be 100,000 or 150,000? Does this mean that the government and you said Fidelity Bank?
Yes, so I think it was Fidelity or so.
Okay, do you think that the government and the bank were, they conspired to execute this fraud?
Well, some of the prospective beneficiaries told us that nobody gave them that amount, 250,000, but they were said to have collected 250,000 each. So some of them told us that they were finally given 50,000, 100,000, 150. That was the highest amount of money that each of them got that time. And there were people who didn't even get any. Some didn't get any.
But their name was...
Yes, now shortlisted as beneficiaries. You see it. So I don't know how they do it, but
And as
the Nigeria system is...
as the media were compelled just to say that this...
Yes, now to snap them and some of these women are, in fact, all of them from rural communities. So they don't even, they can't even hear what they're speaking. The English you're speaking, all of them, they will just nod their heads. So, but a few of them who could muster the courage to speak said that nobody gave them 250,000. But they were made to accept that they were given that money. Okay, that was a quick question you asked. Let me tell you. Did you know, or do you know that these governors are into crypto, using state allocations, state money? They know how they do it with the banks. They know how they run it with the banks. You see it. They are into real business with. That's why sometimes, they are using workers' money, the money for pensioners. You see it. So when that allocation comes, they use it. They have boys that trade for them. They will use that money and do something. Maybe in the next 2 months or 1 month, they must have doubled it or must have multiplied. So these governors are devils. They know how to do these things. All of them. They know how to run these things. So there is nothing a governor cannot do. That office is very big. There is nothing a governor cannot do. There is, governor has access to anybody, including the banks. They can. We know what some of these bank managers do now.
These people control.
They control it.
The resources of states.
Yes.
Which, of course, are very, very huge.
Yes.
Well, how do you know these things?
Well,
somebody is listening to you, they will say you're just making unfounded allegations without proof.
Yeah, well,
like the crypto of it. Do you have any proof to back it up?
Well, even themselves know that I am saying the truth. It's just that I don't want to mention some names. I wouldn't like to mention some names. We know what these guys do in government. We know, and they know it. How do you think they view the hotels that they built? Didn't you see the hotel that Omahi built in Port Harcourt? Was it his money? His money. And they don't.
Well, Omahi was already wealthy before becoming governor.
Why didn't he construct those hotels before becoming governor? His wealth just started manifesting immediately he became governor. He should have built it now. Omahi started building mansions as soon as he became governor. Prior to 2011, when he became deputy governor, he didn't have those mansions. All of a sudden, Omahi started building kingdom, building up to 17 different houses in one compound. I was going to his compound at that time now. We were following him now. We were following his convoy. You see it? So Omahi was busy building. So I was asking myself, how many rooms will this man sleep in once? Building all these things. Well, when your children grow, they wouldn't like to return that these houses. They would like to go and build their own. Why are you wasting this money?
They'll probably not even be in Nigeria.
Yes, you see. So he's now telling us that his son, they are now branding his son as the richest Ebonyi young man. What has that guy? What has he done? What does he know about wealth? Has he ever created wealth? What business does he do? Someone that just graduated yesterday.
He could be running a private business that you don't know about.
Private business. Are there businesses that pay very well, that are run secretly? Which business? Don't we know a story? He was not running any business. If you tell me that he might, I told you that his governors do crypto. They know how to. I don't want to mention some names. You see. See? So they know how they do all these things, and Umahi's son has not started doing any business. So he's just managing the property, the establishment that his father got from the resources of Ebonyi.
Then, as a political activist that you claim you are,
Yes.
we've never heard that you led a protest, a real protest in the street of Abakaliki. Is it that your own activism is just behind your screen, like you hide yourself to do your own activism? Of course, we'll see people like Showore who are daily on the street. We'll see people like Very Dark Man. We see a lot of activists who are always on the street championing one cause. Why is it that you've not been able to lead any protest against any of these injustices and corruptions that you've been talking about?
The problem is that, one person does not lead a protest. You must have people who are willing to queue behind you, even if they are few. So Ebonyi, people are hungry in Ebonyi.
We've seen people soul protests, people who embark on protest, just only them with their placard.
No, I've been using media. The most important thing is to get the attention of the people. You target to get the attention, which is, which are the people in government. So I've been able to crave their indulgence, into the problems that I use different media platforms to create their attention to. So it doesn't matter I led physical protest or not. The government in Ebonyi, Umahi's government was very brutal. They could kill me. So coming public, and be protesting, they could kill me.
But people like Showore, even though people like Showore who be protesting even during military regime.
You cannot compare. You can't compare. Showore he's almost aged in this business. We are still learning from him.
Showore started when he was barely 15, when he was still very young, started protesting against military regimes.
Yes,
and that is why people expect him to.
Yes, but he had people who were willing, to support him. Now in Ebonyi, you cannot find anybody, virtually anybody, who can support you.
But you said you've been claiming that you're influential.
Yes, now. No, I've been.
Your followers, are they cowards just online?
No, they are not cowards. The most important thing is to get the attention of the people in government, which I've been getting. Get the attention of the people in government. In fact, I've influenced so many good policies in Ebonyi. Even when Umahi was there, I've influenced so many things. The most important thing is, are these people stealing the money belonging to public? Are they aware that people are aware of what they are doing? So that's the most important thing. So we are not doing these things to entice the rural women at home. No, they don't control the economy of the state. So you have to get the attention of the governor, to get the attention of the local government chairman, the political class. So which I've got since 2017. I've not enough of the thing, but they wouldn't like to admit it that so person, this guy has been helping us. It was only Governor Wifu that came openly to say that he reads me and he picks certain things from what I do.
Well, talking about His Excellency Governor Francis Wifu, how do you rate his government? And remember, I read somewhere once that he invited you to the government house and you honored that invitation. And then we expected that after honoring the invitation that you at least try to give the government some time to get everything together. That government was barely, very young as at then. But you came out and then you intensified your attack on the government.
It wasn't attack.
Okay, if it wasn't attack, what exactly did he tell you? And why was he not able to convince you to start aligning with him?
Well, I know the governor. I started relating with with him before he became the governor of Ebonyi. So it was just a continued relationship. So it was the dedication of my daughter. So I invited him. Then he couldn't make it because Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka did his harvest that day. So he couldn't make it, and he invited me over to the government house, to come with with my wife and the child. So we came there, and he saw the child, and we took pictures. He gave the baby 2 million naira. So, but people started saying that he gave 10 million. He gave this. I said 10 million for what? So, and I didn't go there to entice him. I went there based on personal understanding. We have been relating. So I didn't go there for him to see that I am supporting him. Even himself knows that I can't support him when he's doing wrong. And let me tell you, Ebonyi State government has not started working anything. Ebonyi State government is like, the governor tells you that he's surprised that he could become governor. So I think he's still dwelling in this surprise. So anytime he wishes to wake from the deep sleep caused by this surprise, then he will start working. He has not started working because if you say that he has started working, we've seen Peter Mba commission many projects, capital projects. We've seen Abia State governor commission many projects. They are classmates politically. So are you telling me that himself does he not get the money that they get? Ebonyi has more money than Enugu government. Ebonyi government makes more money than Enugu State government. Yes, now Ebonyi has mineral resources now. Yes, so Enugu does not have, you see. So the governor and, Tinubu has been bombarding them with money, fuel subsidy money. So there is huge amount of money in possession of governors, moreover, Ebonyi State governor. So, but the governor is trying to satiate decrepit political figures in Ebonyi. So, and these people are making him not to focus. So he wants to make them comfortable. He doesn't want any of them to feel left behind. And that's why he's losing it. His Excellency, with due respect, has not commissioned one project. And this is the third year. This is the third.
You're saying he has not commissioned one project in the whole of Ebonyi?
Mention it now. Mention it. Let him prove me wrong. He has not. One.
Are you sure?
What projects? Browse, he has not commissioned one project. You see it? And this is the third year. He has not commissioned anything. He has not. The flyover, the only flyover is constructing in Abakaliki. This is the second year. Then, and it is still at the foundation level. You see, it's still on the foundation level, and there is no promise, there is no possibility that that flyover project will be delivered even till June next year. You see it? So, and they continue wasting money on that project. 24 billion naira for one flyover in a state.
Well, from what I'm seeing here, it was reported, it was on business day that 47 road projects have been completed in different parts of the state within about 18 months. Example, my 15 new layout in Tana Road in Abakaliki, Main Waterworks Road in Ishielu, Oferekpe Abaja in Tana Road, Urban Works in Abakaliki, Alo Street or 4th Street, Unity Square axis, Godi Obaga Avenue, and expansions to my 50 axis. Water scheme revitalization. He declared a state of emergency on water supply and has begun reactivating and reticulating water schemes across state, including the Ezulo water treatment plant, Uda Bakaliki water schemes. There are
Okay. See, projects when projects are ongoing, you don't call them
They say the road has been completed.
completed.
47 road projects
In Ebonyi.
I just mentioned
you see-
some of them.
You see what they do when they patch road, where a depleted road in Abakaliki. These are streets, short streets in Abakaliki. These are short streets that local government chairman, Abakaliki local government and Ebonyi local government chairman can actually fix. So we are talking about governor here. We are not talking about a House of Assembly member. There has not been tangible project.
So you're saying that these ones are cosmetic makeups?
Yes, now they just patched the plaster, concrete pavement. Just did it just to make the state capital, a section of the state capital, passable. Alo Street is in the heart of Abakaliki. So he just did it. I think it passes across the back of the stadium. You see, so these are not projects. We are talking about project. Okay, since he started the project of getting water running it in Abakaliki, has water started running in Abakaliki? We're talking about completed projects. Did you not see Mr. President commissioning projects in Enugu State? You say, let him commission projects. We're talking about projects. We're not saying we're not talking about patching.
What about human empowerment? We've heard stories of how he has been empowering people.
Empowering people by giving them appointments. I've always said that political appointment is not empowerment. You just try to build criminals, future criminals, by bringing them close. People who should go and learn skills. People who should go and do apprenticeship. You are bringing them, making them SA on internal security, is it local government, internal security, equal local government. You are just trying to litter the state with the cultists. You see, he has not done anything in the area of human empowerment. Now, yes, it's only the scholarship that he gave to some persons, and that exercise was fraught with fraud, as in people complained that there were taken pictures were taken of them, and at the end of everything, some of them were dropped. But everybody saw it that these ones are beneficiaries of a scholarship scheme. Some of them they reach me, they contact me, even those in the UK. They contact me, telling me that they are stranded.
The people that were given scholarship by the state government, stranded in the UK.
Yes. Many of them. So the governor at a point had to summon the secretary of the scholarship board. So they did what they did, and sorted out a few, and left the rest. Those in Unizik reached out to me. Those in Enugu, they reached out to me that they are not understanding anything again. So tell me that empowerment that he has done. What is the empowerment? We are talking about a state government. It's not about sending 100 persons to go and learn fish farming. At the end of the day, you give them 1 million naira. In this kind of economy, that is not empowerment. We should be talking about thousands. It's state government, it's not local government chairman. Thousands. You see it. So we should be saying that, he gave 1,500 persons for 5 million naira to start fish farming. It is small, but let us start from there. Mind you that I was the one that gave him the idea of empowering, depopulating the streets of our people who are hawking, doing menal jobs. I was the one that I gave him that idea. I told him, I was sitting with him this way in his office. I told him, and he graciously approved it. So when the money was released, he first released 1 billion. Then his commissioners and his appointees who handled it messed everything up. No single hawker benefited. One, not even one person. Made that one person come out and say,
so what happened to the 1 billion?
They ate it. Ogozo, deputy governor, many of them, they ate the money. They shared it to political as slots to political office holders. Commissioner for, in fact, the funniest one was a commissioner for youth and sports. Giving his own slot. He was given 3 slots. Then he used domestic staffers that were working for him, the women, and he used their details to collect that money. Some of them he gave 100,000 at the end of the day, some 50,000 at the end of.
He used the bank account details of his domestic staff.
Yet some of them in exercise out that benefited from the political appointees, political stakeholders that collected these slots, went to primary schools, and got snapped some pupils to use their detail and open bank account to collect that money.
And Chika, what you're saying is, mind-blowing. I'm from Ebonyi, but to be honest with you, most of these things, I don't know about them. These things you're saying now, if you're called tomorrow to give proof of this allegation.
They took me to court now.
Oh, yes. They already took you to court?
Yes. We are proving it over there. Yes, I'm proving it. You see, when that thing happened, I spoke with the governor. I told him we were on call for 16 minutes. He was with his immediate elder brother in vehicle. So I called him. I told him, Your Excellency, I don't know if you are aware that these guys have messed with this money released. He told me, yes, he's aware of it. That it is just unfortunate that the money went the way it went. So, but he was going to do something about it. I told him that you may not have the time to probe them. And the people that made up the committee, the people that are in the committee are such that you cannot deal with, Elechi's son. I think he was the chairman of that committee. Elechi's son, you cannot, I don't see you fighting him. Senator Fianwale's son, I don't see you fighting him. Your deputy, because she was in that committee. So I told him that I will help you, Your Excellency. I will raise a petition against them. He told me point blank I shouldn't do. I said I would do. So I wrote a petition and submitted to the EFCC in Enugu. So, and from there, they came together. They contributed contacts and money, and they paid 13 police officers came to look for me in Oka. They came with the highest bus. So they first picked my sister. They used her to lure me. So, and I didn't know. I came, they picked me up. You see, so they were just trying to scuttle the expected invitation, the EFCC invitation, because when it was time for EFCC to tell me to come and prove my point, then I was in prison. You see it, they kept me in prison for 4 months. That was last year. You see it. So they did everything possible to weaken that matter, to weaken that petition, to make that petition to die. So the petition is still with the EFCC, but EFCC would always call governor. Should we go on with this? There is a petition on our table from your state. Are you aware of it? You see, EFCC, it's only God that will forgive that. EFCC. Now, when you see EFCC, it's a case of thieves probing thieves. I'm not saying that they are thieves, but it is a case of thieves probing thieves. You call governor. There is a petition from your state. Are you aware of it? If governor says otherwise, they've just shift it.
So what you're saying is that the governor of Ebonyi State is aware of this embezzlement.
Yes, he confirmed to me. He told me on phone. We spoke for 16 minutes.
And these people who embezzle this money, the members of this committee, they are still in his government.
Yes, he's commissioner for commerce and industry. He's deputy governor. He's I think there were 13 of them in that 13 of them in that committee. So I've just forgotten some of them. But I heard, and Elechi is the commissioner for business development or what. The government just duplicated portfolios. So they shared it among themselves. They shared it. So,
and the governor even said you should not write the petition.
Yes. Yes, he told me that.
On a phone call.
Yes, now. He told me that he was going to look into the matter. But I told him that you don't have that time. You don't have that time. And considering the personalities involved, I don't see you probing former Governor Lechi's son. I don't see you probing Senator Fiamwale's son. I don't see you probing your deputy. I don't see you probing your SSG. Yes, because SSG was in that the most corrupt SSG that Ebonyi State has produced. The woman, I was the one that revealed the money she stole the other time. I think 1 point something billion. She stole.
The amount of money that you keep calling, that people in government are.
He took her to court in New York. You see it. So, and everybody in government was aware of that case. I shared the court documents. You see it. So,
how is the case now?
The case, don't you know? Yes.
Is she still in government?
Yes, now Professor Grace Umezuike, she's in government. They are not doubting it. I shared the court documents. EFCC took her to court, and EFCC got court order, to seize that money. She lodged the money into one Onyapongene's account. I think that one is also SA to governor. So she lodged that money there and in some other bank accounts. It was the money got from the amount, I think 3-4 billion naira that the governor gave her to go and buy rice for Christmas as Christmas package for civil servants and politicians. So, and that amount is very big. So she bought rice of 2 billion and pocketed the remaining. You see, so, and where they keep rice of 2 billion is huge. So, but the governor, the people in government found out that the rice that was brought in didn't amount to that, to such amount of money. So they started, it was the government that even programmed. It was the government, yes. To an extent, Umahi came in. It was Umahi that rescued her. It was Umahi that
nominated her.
Yeah, so it was Umahi that saved her. So the state government was like playing hide and seek, so that Umahi doesn't know that. But it is the state government that is chasing her, because they were very angry that a woman could do this. Who gave her that God?
And I'm sure none of the powers had a share in the...
No. The woman just did it her own way, and retired the money, and it pained them. Why would you get this kind of money and behave as if nothing came in it? You see? So, and, EFCC went to court in New York, to get an order necessitating them empowering them to take control of that money where it was lodged. So, and court granted it. So, and they were told, Umahi started begging, let it be done outside public knowledge. Let it be, let there be no publicity about it. So let it be done in this city. But I was able to, to get the court order and then blew it to public.
The way we pamper corruption in this country, it's disheartening. I mean, very, very heartbreaking. But I've also struggled to find a balance between your fight against corruption and hypocrisy. In one instance, you're fighting some corrupt politicians while you're in bed with other politicians who are also corrupt or who have at least been accused of very massive corruptions.
People like who and who? Because I am very sure that I am not in any relationship with any politician up for now.
I will point out one. Saraki. When you came out from prison, you wrote so well of him, praising him.
Yes, that was in 2022.
And we've seen headlines where Saraki has been accused. By the way, Saraki is one of the people I like his charisma as a politician, but he has been accused multiple times of corruption, even when he was still governor. And yet you write so well about him. And you're condemning other politicians. Is there no hypocrisy in between this, your activism?
Well, Saraki made case for me, for my release when Umahi put me in Afipo prison. So he made case. I think also made case for my release, and Dino, including AIT man, Dr. when he was alive. So AIT used its platform to make case for me. Many people. So I decided that I should visit all of them and thank them, for making case for my release, because what Umahi wanted was to keep me there till 2023 election is over. So I made them to tell them thank you. I visited the articles on Abba. So I visited the AIT, the person's house, Saraki's house. I wasn't able to visit Dino. So that was just what happened. I'm not beloved of them. No. So someone that helped in releasing you, all these things. It's not a bad court. Our judiciary is not working. Our judiciary is not working. You need politicians. You need people to give them order. Do this, do that. You see it. So it wasn't as if I was charged of a capital offense. But every judge, almost all the judges, are loyal to these politicians, to governors. So you also need people at the top, to secure your release. Then you come out and continue what you have been.
So you fight the devil, but you also need devils for your freedom. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think we're all human beings. So it's human.
Is that how the game works in politics? Is that why it's called a dirty game?
No, I'm not playing politics. No, you are trying to politicize the struggle.
No, I'm not politicizing it, but you're in bed with some politician.
No, I needed,
and it just confirmed it.
No, I needed to come out. And when I was in prison, people made case. Was Saraki in government that time?
You said that in this struggle you need the top. That you can't just trust or have faith in the courts, in judiciary, for your protection. Therefore, you need some top politicians. Who can also you can just silence the phone so that it doesn't ring again. So you need top politicians who will always be there to also defend you when such attack occurs. So now the question is, you're fighting politicians, alleged corrupt politicians, all right?
Yes.
But you also need another set of corrupt or alleged corrupt politicians to help you fight your battle.
No, I didn't tell them to make case. I didn't.
No, we're no longer talking about when they made case for you. We're talking about what you said.
Yes.
You stated that you need these people.
Yes, that's the truth.
So you are fighting the devil, but you also need the devil. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not the case. You need them to make calls. That doesn't mean that you are in cahoots with them. No. Okay, they accused Saraki of doing that. Did he give me a share of the money? So he knew why he made a case for me. But the truth I'm telling you is that if police arrests you in Nigeria, no matter who you are, then you need human beings to help you, to come out of the police net. Same as the judiciary, the court. You see it? So it's not as if by doing that, you are dancing with them. No. Even our boss, Showore, sometimes you see some people, some of these politicians also,
intervene.
Yes, intervening. So it's just a normal thing. When you blame me is when I start singing their praises, of which I've not done. What I did was to thank them, for lending voices. So I've not spoken with Saraki since that time. I've not listed article or a penny of them again. Life goes on. So it's not as if I am their boy. I'm not.
When you were the spokesperson for PDP in Ebonyi State, were you your responsibility, was it to defend your political party or to tell the truth?
It was for me to tell the truth, and I told that truth. I told that truth using that platform. You see?
Even when it's against PDP?
I told the
As a publicity secretary?
Yes, didn't you? What Nwoba said about me. You see, so Senator Nwoba, when he was contesting the ticket of PDP for governorship, so some of them didn't like, the way I went. What did I do? I said that you are asking for equity, but you are trying to boycott equity. You see it? You are saying that the ticket of PDP should be zoned to Ebonyi North, but you are from the central, and there is the likelihood that you are going to pick the ticket. So why are you talking about equity? Is it not better to throw it open? If it is a certain person that gets it, fine. If it is a northern person that gets your central person, so why would you be talking about equity when you are contesting from central instead of allowing Engineer Fidelis Wankwo, who is from the north, easy to pick it? So no, I'm not in support of that lopsided arrangement. So let it be thrown open. Anyone that gets it, fine. Then it was, at the end, it was thrown open, and Chief Ifeanyi got it. So the rest didn't, Obinna didn't feel well, with me. He didn't, since that time, he started seeing me as an evil person. Just because I said, if you must come to equity, do that with clean hands. You see it? So in every platform I've found myself in, I've always tried as much as I can. I'm not God, to keep my hands straight. I did it. Okay. Wait now. I was public secretary of APC in Ebonyi, 2018 to 2021.
Oh, you were both
Yes.
for PDP and for APC?
At different times. You see, sometimes for you to get these things, you have to go inside. You cannot play from the outside. Sometimes you cannot play from. That's why you see Shawore belonging to a political party. There is no any political activist that does not belong to any political party or has not belonged to any political party. Just mention one. You see, so you need that political involvement for you to be able to secure a platform and do that, which you've been accusing other politicians of not being right. So I criticized Oshomole. He was APC national chairman at that time. I criticized Buhari as the spokesman of APC. So one Chinedu, House of Reps member, arrested me, said that I defend Oshomole and Buhari. So he took me to court. I defended him in court. So all because I was saying that Buhari was not doing fine, and all of us knew about it. Buhari was not doing fine as president. So, and he was making things very difficult for some of us that are in the APC, or in Southeast. Because at that time, if you mention APC anywhere in Southeast, you were seen as a terrorist. You see it. So, and Buhari was not performing well, thereby worsening the situation. That was what I said. And Oshomole was busy, behaving the way he was behaving as if he was the president himself. Then Chiledoga took me to court. I defeated him. You see, telling you that anywhere I find myself in, then I will try everything humanly possible to ensure that I advocate for
Talking about Chinedoga, What exactly is your problem with Chinedu? What's the genesis of? We've seen that you've had a very long-standing problem with him.
It is still the
And it's from your place.
Yes, it is still the activism. I am not selective. Just because he's from my place, I will shield him. No. So Chinedu, I wouldn't want to say that he's a bad man, but he's more than a bad man. Yes, he's more than a bad man, and he's aware of it. And everyone from Ikwo, to start with, is aware of it. So Chinedu, there's a video that's suppressed, I posted, where Chinedu was sharing 500 naira to care for, to Ikwo people that came all the way from Ikwo to singing in Abakaliki. 500 naira. That video trended yesterday. Today I posted it. So you could see that kind of person, that amount of money couldn't have sponsored their transport back to Ikwo.
But is there any crime in sharing 500 naira? Do you know if that is all he had?
All he had as a House of Representatives member.
Be his could be his personal money.
Personal money. Which company? What's his business? What else does he do for a living?
We know of Chi Boy's motors then.
He was using it as a SPV, special purpose vehicle, to make electricity.
It could also be his salary.
Quick salary. You know how much these guys at the National Assembly make? The money Chinedu has amassed so much wealth, that was supposed to come to Ezza South and Ikwo Federal constituency. So it is very bad.
Is your anger with the 500 naira predicated on the fact that this money is government money, or that the money is too small?
No. That was my anger. Started quite long ago. The way Chinedu was busy harassing people, slapping people anyhow, chasing people out of their compound. It didn't start today. My grouse with Chinedu didn't start today. It started towards the end of Elechi administration. Then I attended, I think in 2013, I attended an event of Ebonyi Youth Assembly. I saw how Chinedu was kicking people. Why did you come late? You say, boys, you see, a fellow, your own person, Chinedu himself, beating that person as if that person is an animal. Yes, Ebonyi Youth Assembly was, what should I even liken it to? Ebonyi Youth Assembly was just a criminal gang, a criminal arm of the government of Elechi. Ebonyi Youth Assembly, yes. It was the criminal. Even Chinedu Oga slapped a serving assistant commissioner of police in the Abakaliki Stadium. And Elechi was there. So the police force headquarters came and arrested Chinedu. So, you see the audacity. An ordinary human being, he was not even holding a position in government. Slapped an assistant commissioner of police.
And nothing happened to him.
Yeah, they just picked him and the Elechi helped in releasing him. You see? So they picked him and, it's politics. So, but it is very unfair. Chinedu has wreaked havoc on Ikwo and the people of Ikwo. Chinedu has done a lot. People are afraid of talking about it. People are afraid of calling Chinedu out. But some of us have felt, the bitter side of political activism. You see, so we are not afraid of people like Chinedu Oga, people like Dave Umahi and the like. So what I did was to kind of lend a voice once again. So how many people Chinedu collected their lands in Abakaliki, where he was Ebonyi Youth Assembly president. At that point to see how bad the Nigerian system is. At that point, he was doing all those things. They gave him National Honors Award, OON. OON as a tout that he was and still is. They gave him OON. For doing what now? OON for being a tout. You see, so you see that it is people at the top that embolden these people from to do what they do every day. They embolden them.
What experience made you to come to the conclusion that the judiciary cannot protect you except you have
Yes,
a big man standing
yes.
beside you?
Last year in court, the judge that was to grant me bail last year in court was busy telling me that in the open court, that everybody in this state is talking about you. Everybody, it's like you are stubborn. I've been receiving calls about you. I'm not going to give you soft bail condition. No, I don't want anybody to call me and tell me that I release somebody disturbing government. That woman is a woman from Yoruba. A judge was stating that now in the open court. People were just wondering. Say, I don't want anybody to accuse me of releasing somebody that government is holding. No. I will give you a strong bail condition. It's not after they will call me and they threaten me. They will say, that's why she gave me a bail condition that was very stringent. Telling the government took me to, arrested me and arraigned me. You are telling the government to shut me. Imagine that kind of thing. Telling SSG to shut me.
The same government that was prosecuting you.
Yes, and the SSG that the judge mandated to shut me, was a member of the committee that I petitioned to EFCC against later. Yes, but later arrested me. You see it. The judge now said that the SSG should shut me. Imagine that throwing me back to the people maligning me. So, what do you say on the? Is this a manifestation of a working judiciary? No, this is not a working judiciary. So, if
and this judge is a judge in a high court.
Yes, federal high court. She's now in federal high court. You see it. So she wasn't hiding it. She was saying everybody is calling me about you you must be bad. But I will give you very stringent. Then I was trying to say something in the queue. Then she said, no, your lawyer should speak everything that you have to speak. Your lawyer should. In fact, adjourn. We are adjourning. They got me back to prison. So they continued delaying, so that I could suffer in prison. That was what they wanted. That was all they wanted. So, and for that to happen, they must be in cahoots with the judge, to keep adjourning, to be given long adjournments. You see, that's what they do. Abakaliki, Ebonyi, it's a very bad.
But in all of these things, have you ever thought that you have become so arrogant in this your activism, arrogant, loud, and recklessly addicted to chaos?
Well, no, I don't feel like that. You are facing criminals, daredevil criminals, these politicians. You are facing people that, if they have their way, they will kill you. They have attempted this several times on me. So you don't have to follow them with a soft mouth. You have to be audacious. So they themselves too have to be afraid of what you can do. It is when they are afraid of what the extent you could go. That's when they will now do everything possible not to give you that loophole, not to give you that opportunity to advance your work against them. So I don't have to pamper them. If you pamper them, then they will see it that you want to benefit one or two from them. You see, you have to be open-minded. If I wanted to be in government, I would have been in government. If I wanted to be commissioner, I would have been a commissioner. But every one of us must not be in government. At the same time, I'm a young man, so we have to advocate, for good governance. That's what I have been doing. In any position I found myself, my voice is always loud. I don't hide it. So, and that's why some of them, the political class, they don't like me. They don't like me. They say that I don't play the game by the rules, something like that, that you have to protect, even if your party man is doing evil. For the fact that he's your party man, say no.
And your loyalty should lie with the party and not with the truth.
Party is not supreme. My own. The supremacy of party should be predicated on doing the right things. Party is not supreme when that party is doing a bad thing. So something has to be done right. Like what PDP was doing, being arrogant about things, and it led PDP to the party, it led it to election. So I've always used any platform. I believe that I will be in politics very soon. I believe that I will be a leader in the future. So, and I need to know the rudiments of politics. It's very important.
Very
so that by that time, then we'll be able to fix those things that
need to be
these
fixed.
criminals have destroyed.
Now, the next question I want to ask is, what is your current relationship with High Chief Ifeanyi Odi? Are you still in good terms with him?
Yes.
People have said or prophesied that you're still going to fall out with him because that is what you're known for. You fight everyone.
Well, some people have been trying to separate me from him. They have been pushing some ugly narratives against me, trying to corrupt. I didn't know him through politics. I knew him outside politics. But I am an activist. Political activist doesn't mean that I shouldn't have friends. I must have friends. And if my friend decides to contest the election tomorrow, should I cast him or her away? No. So the only thing I will do is to advise that person not to take the wrong path, the path of intimidation and threats and all those things. So some people, nobody. I don't have many friends. I have few friends. I have few bosses. Are they even up to 2? I doubt. So, I don't, I'm not loyal to all these politicians. So, and there was a time Senator Ebonyi State gave me a very bad vehicle. I later sold that vehicle, 300 and something thousand, like a wheelbarrow. You see? So, for him, I should be loyal. How? It's not because he gave me a bad vehicle or he gave. No. If you are giving me a gift, give it to me, on the ground that you want to give me and not to buy my loyalty. No, I will tell you, you can't buy me. So my relationship with Chief Ifeanyi Odi started quite long. So I see him, he's a businessman. He's not even a politician. So he's a businessman, and I like the kind of heart that he has. So he's very hungry of developing Ebonyi State. So, but as a private individual, he cannot do all of those things personally. So he needs that power, that platform, that public platform to drive his ambition. So I see him that he has the kind of passion that I have. So that's why my relationship with him keeps going. That doesn't mean that if he misbehaves, I'm sorry for using that word. So I will also draw his attention to it. And he's someone that takes advice. So some people have this, hey, Chika, I will disappoint you, you do it like. Then these people, the people that say it, someone can think that you are in good terms with this person, not knowing that you are not in good terms with that person. Neither are you quarreling with that person. So if by tomorrow, you say your opinion out, maybe in a way that person doesn't like, then they will say that you are falling out of favor, Yeah. So that's the mistake they have been making. So I don't, Sam Egwu, His Excellency Sam Egwu, I've been praising him quite long ago. I praised him because of his achievements as a governor. He did well in the area of education. So, he raised many people in the area of education. So sometimes now I say, thank you. If we had another governor who took education as a priority, the way it would be, it would have been a very nice one. So I still suggest to the government, let's do that in the area of education. If there is any state that needs education in that place, it is Ebonyi. So we need the improved education system. So it's not as if if I praise someone, I will tell you why I am praising that person, the particular area I'm praising that person. Okay, if by tomorrow now, for the fact that I praise Auguste's achievements in the area of education, when he was governor, I was still in I was still in secondary school. I was entering secondary school. You see it. So it's not as if that I benefited. I didn't benefit. I didn't even benefit from the education because I went to private school. You see it. So, but he did well. By tomorrow, now there is a cause. There is a reason to criticize him. Some people will say he has fallen out of. He has dumped him. He has dumped him. He's no longer supporting him. How? How is he contesting anything? And even if he's contesting, must I support him? You see it. So that's what people don't know. That you are saying good about a person doesn't mean that you are loyal to that person. They accuse me of dumping Anyin person. Was I a boy to Anyin? Was I one of his boys? Was I his staff member? Was I don't also understand. So when he was busy destroying PDP in Ebonyi, I said my mind, not minding that I was the publicity secretary. I still said my mind. This man is destroying PDP. You claim to be the leader of the party in Ebonyi, but you don't want to take responsibility as the leader. So you watch the party sauntering towards precipice, and you want everybody to be clapping for you. So that is just the truth. Anybody waiting for me and I choose to have issues. Everything is waiting.
Well, have you ever been offered bribe by any government official?
Yes. They keep coming, but I think at the point it was Umahe that gave me a vehicle, but that I didn't see it, or I don't see it as a bribe. At that point, I didn't see it as bribe because what he told me to do, I did not later do it. Telling you that I didn't see it as bribe. So if I had seen it as bribe, by now I would have been, carrying phone, following him. You see it. So I started that. Maybe this man decided to say, out of the billions he's amassing, let Chika manage this vehicle of maybe 8 million or 10. So that was what I saw it for. So I didn't see that he was bribing me. If it was a bribe, I would have danced. After that, when the things they wanted me to do, I wasn't doing them. So they came and arrested me. And he told me to return the vehicle. But I told him, no, sir, it's not possible. I won't return it. He threatened, he sent commissioner of police to call me and say, I've sold that vehicle. And nothing will happen, nothing will ever happen. I won't bring it back, or I don't even have access to the person that bought it. I don't have.
The vehicle, was it given to you as a government vehicle, or was it given to you as
on a personal? It's Sienna.
What did he ask you to do that you did not do? Mind telling us?
That I should join his party. He told me to leave PDP that time. He told me to leave APC and come to PDP. That there was no future in APC. That I shouldn't be wasting my time, wasting my intellect, promoting APC. That was a very bad political party. So, he sent his brother Austin, to reach me. So I said, okay, there's no problem. Then it wasn't up to 2 months. I didn't leave PDP. Then Umahe left PDP for APC. They now told me to follow suit. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. APC, my mind has left APC for some time.
Wait, so within that 2 months, you were supposed to still be in APC, or you left APC when Omahe came to APC?
Okay, already I knew that Omahe was coming to APC. But I said it, and people were saying, "Do you have evidence? Do you have evidence? Do you have evidence?" You're saying what you don't know. Who told you Omahe was joining APC? You said, I said, okay, no problem. Let's watch. Any governor that wants to dump his party for another party will not just come public and admit that the initial time. They always say, "Why should I don't?" No, I'm not thinking about that. So already I was disenchanted with what Oshomole and Buhari were doing as president and APC national chairman. So, my mind was not there in the APC, but I wasn't planning to join PDP either. But when Omahe came, I had already sworn that I was not going to be in the same political party as Omahe. Nothing would make me, to be in the same political party with him, a political party where he would be the leader. No. It's not possible. So when he entered APC, I resigned. I resigned my office as a public secretary.
The same APC that he had appealed to you to join, to leave.
To leave. You can see the character that is in my head. So, But
that's interesting. But what do you think is the reason why almost when I traveled to Ebonyi, I observed that majority of the youths in Ebonyi are into politics. Majority of them are these political hallelujah boys following one big politician. Or do you think it's poverty? Do you think what causes such a thing is poverty?
Are you asking, is there any person that has what he or she is doing, that's feeding that person that will go and be doing that? One, it is poverty. There is no factory in Ebonyi. Not even one. Is there any? No factory now. No industry. So everything is politics. Civil service is not paying. So there is no other means of livelihood in Ebonyi. So they are now seeing it that politics is a veritable means of gaining a living. So, and they call it loyalty. When you don't know what else to do to earn a living, then you go and submit yourself under a politician and be saying that you are humble, you are loyal. You are not loyal. It's that is tormenting you. You say you are loyal. Get money now. Then let's see that your loyalty again. Get political office. So it's poverty. It's poverty and ignorance, because most of them think that it's only through government that they can become anything in life. But they don't know that people that dictate to governors, people that enjoy greater stakes are people who are business people, people who are self-reliant. Just call, Your Excellency, I have a person to nominate, a governor or a local government chairman, anybody will just easily that. But going to, and the government is not helping the case. Government is not helping because no employment. Since 2015 till 2023 that Omahe reigned supreme as a tyrant. So there was no recruitment for the civil service, no promotion of workers. So the system was very vacant. The system, everybody was hungry, you see. So, and the present government came on board, recruited, they said 1,500 teachers the other day. But I'm yet to, they are not mobilized. I don't just know, it is the government of the more you look, the less you see. So, but then even at that, 1,500, it's not enough. These people there is money to run these things. There is enough money. You see it? So, our children, our people now see that it is through politics that they can get home faster. So they don't know that if your living standard, if your livelihood revolves around politics alone, then that government in power will leave now. If the next government you are not there, just I give you a year, then you will return to factory setting. Yeah, there will be much hunger.
Okay. I beyond politics, there was a time you had a serious issue with Ebonyi son, and we are interested in knowing what exactly happened. What was the background of that problem? It got so heated that I read a couple of posts that people shared out on your wall too. What happened?
Well, I wouldn't like to discuss Ebonyi son. I wouldn't like to discuss him, but let me just say, just if you don't want to discuss him because we are not on the same lane with Serabo Rouser. So I am pushing for good governance. He's not pushing for good governance. So he tried to use me and gain favor. In Ebonyi, anybody fighting Chika, anybody fighting me, is seen as someone who has capacity. That person has capacity, and you will see some politicians, some people in government coming to solidarize with that person. You have the courage to fight Chika, and that was what he was saying. And social media, if you are alleged of doing one particular thing, then and you say silence is the best answer to it, then it will get to a time everybody will accept it that you did. That it is the truth. Yes, everybody will accept it. And if you begin defending yourself, that it becomes an afterthought. You see, so he started coming with some narratives that he said that I don't know how to that I can't speak English. Okay, I speak English. So I said, okay.
That you not speak English?
Yes, that I don't know how to speak English. And I said, okay, I have never seen you speak English for the first time. So I don't understand you. What's your business that I don't know how to speak English? You do not know how to write. You do not know how to speak English. So, I should be the one to accuse you of that. So I said, okay. I can't. I studied English in university, so I can't watch you to denigrate my area of specialization. So I wouldn't keep quiet because he has some level of audience attention. So I decided to prove him wrong. So could we have a contest? Now, then let me speak. Let's see who will defeat each other. You see? So he was taking it. I knew where he was taking it to. So I decided to fight him, point blank. I decided to follow him. So, nothing happens in Ebonyi. Everybody's on social media. Some people that have or that had grounds, who held grounds against me, they were using it as opportunity to support him. Anybody that could have the courage to talk about NCN, that person must be supported. That's what they were. Some of these people I'm in court with, they were trying to mulch his courage. So and I know the implication of that kind of thing. We're on social media, so before you know what's happening, majority of people on social media don't even know why they're on social media. So if the narrative is favoring you, they will shift there. If it is against the other person whom they supported earlier, they will just desert that person. And as someone who is an influencer, you don't need to allow that because of all the accusations you should allege, or you should package against me is speaking English. What's the meaning of speaking English? It's English that put Ebonyi into hot seat as the poorest state in Southeast, state with the largest number of poor people. Was it English? Was it English that made the Ebonyi State government not to commission a single project since 2023? So was it English grammar that made Ebonyi people, the Abakaliki people, to be seen as somehow? So why are you've checked? There was nothing else you could use against me, saying I don't know how to speak English. But you have not spoken English for the first time. I've not heard you speak English for the first time. So we are now trying to, if he did not have audience, I wouldn't have responded to me. I wouldn't have responded to him because who knew what, if I had kept quiet, that accusation might lead to another. And when they are compiled, then coming to defend yourself at that later hour
Become a problem.
Yes, it becomes a problem. And people say, he's defeating him as if we're in a contest. So that's why I decided follow him up. And everything,
You said you now live in Oka, or is it Owerri? In Anambra.
I've always lived in Anambra State.
Since you've always lived in Anambra,
since for 24 years.
What do you think is the experience of Ebonyians in Anambra? How are Ebonyians treated in Anambra? And what image are Ebonyians in Anambra giving Ebonyi as a whole?
Well, I think I've been saying that Anambra is flooded with some of our people, greater number of our people who should be in the village. Yes. People who should be at home and hide us a little. So we see them coming to Anambra to, I know that, we are educationally disadvantaged. So our people, our forebears, they didn't embrace education on time. And that's the debt we have been paying till now. Foundation is important. Foundation matters. So we miss that foundation. Moreover, Ebonyi North and Central, we miss the foundation. So we have been trying to pay for it, but it's not working. It is not working. Right? So that's the problem. That's the challenge. So some of our people, a good number of our people who should be at home are the people in Anambra State and elsewhere. And most Anambra people summarize all of us using them as
yardstick.
Yes, yardstick. So, and I'm not comfortable with that. So, do you know the number of Ebonyi people in Anambra State? They are more than 30,000. It's 30,000. They are more than 30,000. You see? So, and out of that number, the people doing well, the people managing, doing fairly, are they up to 3,000? I doubt. You see? So they are doing the jobs, hawking, majority of Agune Chamber, these Soludos security outfit, majority of them are from Ebonyi. Majority of them. In fact, their leader in Orumba South is an Ebonyi guy, I think from Iza. Yes. The leader. So, and they are easily, they avail themselves to be used anyhow. You see it? They will say, Abakaliki people, they are doing this, they are doing that, they are doing that. But you are the one recruiting them. Nobody comes to your community. No total alien comes into your community and causes harm for a long time without enabling environment created by the people from there. You see it? They are doing work in Onitsha. Then, the one that brought them, they are doing an accounting for you. So that's the problem. And some of these uneducated young girls that later become women. So they don't take their children to school, thereby expanding the frontiers of poverty. You see it? Many of them don't go to school. You see a 25-year-old girl looking like a 70-year-old woman. You see it, and they are not, they don't even know how to protect themselves from having premature pregnancies, unplanned pregnancies. They don't know. So because of primitivity. So, and, Anambra people are difficult people. They are difficult people. Some see them as arrogant, but no, they are not arrogant. They are people that want to prove to you.
They want to dominate.
Yes, they want to prove to you that, they are very confident of themselves. So, and they see you, who are trying to, claim you are humble. That's not humility. It's timidity. Yes, it's timidity and poverty. So poverty has humbled you. You don't have option. You don't have option. You have to be humble. So that is not humility. So it's when you get money. Every one of us knows that it's when you get money and power that will now, evaluate. Will now measure how humble.
Do you think that the Ebonyans there are also we've heard stories, especially from Anambra, that those who come to Anambra, the crimes in Anambra are committed by Ebonyans. And most Anambra people actually believe this narrative that the criminal activities in Anambra are championed by Ebonyans. Is that correct?
Ebonyans are part of the problem there. I won't lie to you. They are part of the problem. But they were being recruited into the system by some Anambra people. They're being recruited into okay, there was an Ebonyi guy from Zaa South or so that shot a woman at Newi. That guy was Ebubago Agunechemba, security outfit of official. So if Saludo didn't recruit him, we have done that. So any Ebonyi person you see committing crime in Anambra was working under an Anambra person, and as people who are not exposed, so the argument will always go against them. The argument will always go against them. They cannot express themselves. That confidence is not there. So, they will always, they don't want to be seen as trying to be too vocal against people they are staying in their place. So at the end of everything, then the argument will be that Abakaliki people are causing, insecurity in Anambra State. And Anambra people, the much I know, they always seem to be protective of themselves. Hey, it's our brother. Why must we, let's learn to shield our own? Then you are grooming criminals, trying to be seen as not being violent against your homegrown criminals. So I believe that a good number of Ebonyi people constitute, the make-up number of criminals disturbing Anambra State, but they are not in the majority. They are not in the, they don't constitute the majority. Anambra people constitute the majority. Yes, but they have their way. They know how to change the narrative. To favor themselves. And how many of Ebonyi people are on social media defending Ebonyi? How many? There are few. So out of you will see someone accusing Ebonyi people of doing this in Anambra, doing that. Then out of the 100 comments, 95 will be supporting that person. You see that your one comment cannot make any difference. Your one comment cannot make any difference at all. And the disparity between Ebonyi and Anambra, it started quite long ago. It didn't start today. It started quite long time ago. And it is more like a communicable disease. It's more like it is transferred from generation to generation. Because in Anambra, you will see one small girl, maybe a pupil, telling you, you see, if Fulani people have started saying it, as sometime ago, sometime last year, I was at where they call Amansi Junction. A Fulani guy, that was riding a motorcycle saying, "Come here, they behave like a Abakaleke." Every time I looked at you, I said, "Wow." You see, so the lens is from adults, from the older ones. Then, if your child is not behaving appropriately, normal, you say it's Abakaleke, in a power Abakaleke, whether you are from Abakaleke or not. So, but there is that perception that anyone seeming to be somehow unexposed, is from Abakaleke. So that is just,
And of course, it is not so.
Yes, it is not totally so. It is not totally.
We have some of the most brilliant people.
It's not totally so. So, but
it actually breaks my heart that such a thing still exists in our society.
Yes, it does. It exists. And another thing is in Anambra, you will see a guy. Maybe they deported him from Dubai or from South Africa, and he's having a score. Let me use that like language in his head. He's not coordinating well. Maybe they injected something into his head. So they'll say, "Keje chole obere nwa Abakaleke ka ya na ya nọrọ ka ọ hafụ ịma n'iyi completely." So meaning they'll say, let's look for an Abakaleke girl. They are not in short supply. So let's find a girl. And if they look for the girl, they will find. That is the problem. That's why it breaks my heart the most. If they go, they will find. Now, some of them go to Ebonyi, to Abakaleke, to pick people. I've seen this one. This one happened, in front of my apartment. They are looking for girls that could be taking physically challenged, some physically challenged persons from Oka, to the streets to be begging. They say that it's only Abakaleke people that can do this job. And they went and got some persons that started doing the job. Taking them to Aroma, taking them to Kwata Junction, taking them to Unity Junction, and all those things. So that level of condescension is what some of us are not comfortable with. And the cause of these things is lack of education. And the Ebonyi State government seems not to be interested in fixing these things, because there was a statistics that was carried out some months ago, I think 4 months ago or so, about the most educationally disadvantaged local government in Southeast. A local government that has the most number of out of school children, and the result came out, and it was the local government. You see it? So it was publicized. But since then, Ebonyi State government has not done anything.
And our dear to all is
from there. So he's supposed to pay him. He's supposed to be paid. So, but I don't just understand. I don't understand. The narrative of Ebonyi in Anambra, it is such a deep one. It's a deep one that it will take time. But shame. The only two things to be done. I've even told the governor, the only two things to be done. One, let there be compulsory education. You must go to school. You must go to, secondary school. You must make it compulsory. Two, construct skill acquisition centers in each of the local government areas. Let there be skill acquisition. Force them to go and learn skill. If you are not ready for tertiary education, you must acquire skill. It's compulsory. Make it that way. Let's cultivate that attitude into them. Then you know what's happening. Then the number of our destitutes, in Anambra, in Enugu, Owerri, will reduce. It's not possible to clean all of it, but it will reduce. It will reduce to the barest minimum. And let me tell you, if Abakaleke people, majority, to leave Anambra State, Anambra will battle with hunger. Will battle with hunger because many of them don't have the energy to till the earth. Some of them don't have,
those hard labor.
yes, they don't have that energy and they don't, that pride. So you see that if Ebonyi State government is relying on Anambra State government to help in galvanizing their people to do this, because I heard, the governor saying that he will reach out to Soludo, next person. Okay, you want them to help you and take your people out. Who will be doing the mental jobs for them? Who?
Okay. But it's a shame that even in this among the Igbos that there are still such deeply rooted hatred for one another. It's something that we all should be ashamed of as Igbos. Something we should really, really condemn.
Every
right thinking person should. In this current, world, we should be more civilized. More civilized. There are criminals. I've always said it, there are criminals everywhere, and there are good people everywhere. In Nigeria today, we say that Anambra people are ritualists. Ebonyi people are naive. Yoruba people are diabolic. Just different people are prostitutes. For such things, it doesn't make sense because we can find ritualists everywhere. We can find prostitutes everywhere. We can find diabolical people everywhere, and we can also find good people everywhere. Moving on,
let's forget. Let me just say this: some of the Ebonyi people that vent their anger, they say that Anambra people hate them, but it's not true. That is not hatred. It's not true. Anambra people do not like poverty. They don't like poverty, so they don't. If they see you as being poor, if you are poor, then they will find that their disenchantments. You will see that they will be looking down on you because they don't even condone it among themselves. They don't condone it among themselves. So the other person now from Ebonyi will now start seeing it that they hate him. It's not hatred. And let me tell you the truth. Some of our people in Anambra are not trying. Somebody will give you his compound to stay. Okay, be collecting the rent, then the remittance also amount to me. You will not pay, your own is rent free, then we'll give you something. Then maybe the first year you will behave normal and be remitting. Then you'll be targeting him. Once you've collected for next year, you run away.
With the money?
Yes, with the money. Somebody did it, and a guy did it in Umuz last year. You run away with the money, it's not fair. And some will now, they gave you an apartment to be staying. Then you are loading people in one room. You're bringing in people and be taking some amount of money from them. Like you are relating someone. Yes. You see? So what's happening. One room has accommodated up to 25 persons. No, it is unfair. It is not good. You see? So, and because of lack of education, there is no shame. Some of our people don't even feel ashamed of those things. They see it as a normal way of life. They don't see any. So that's just it. Anambra people do not hate Ebonyi people. It's just that they hate poverty and they don't condone it among themselves. So let nobody say that Anambra people hate Ebonyi people. No. For me, I'm a Knight of St. Christopher. And I belong to Agwata Diocese. You see it? So nobody, when I transferred my membership, nobody underlooked me. Nobody looked down on me because I am from Ebonyi. You see it? I was welcomed openly and, so I don't, I've not been greeted with such. It's only one person that has greeted me with such. And unfortunately, that was an Ezra woman that is marrying an Oka man. So, and the children have money. They built houses. And that woman said, no, I went to pay for an apartment. That was like 4 years ago. To pay for an apartment there. Then I knew that, I knew quite well that she's from Ebonyi. So that woman said, no, it's not renting house to Ebonyi person. No. I said, but you are from I said, and so what? And so what? You see?
Chika, let's move on from it. It's such a very shameful story to tell. Let's talk about the cake, your wedding cake.
Yes.
Your wedding cake. You had the colors of Biafra. What was the intention behind it? Was that a form of protest?
Well, that story is deep, but I will just tell a bit of it. You know when IPOB people at their formation stage, then if you had a large audience, or anything they consider to be large audience on social media, they would approach you, and tell you to use their platform, to use your platform and be projecting, their ideologies. So, and if you weren't forthcoming, then they would do it violently. So I was a victim of that. So they reached out to me. They would do some kind of videos, going video. So forward it to me. I don't know who gave them my phone number, but anybody can access your phone number. So they post it. I said, post what now? Post what? No, I can't do this. You want DSS to pick me up? I can't do this. One day I was at Iwolo in Ezag local government area of Enugu. I was in Iwolo that day. I went to see a friend. So I received a call. I was planning my wedding that time. That was in 2022. I was planning my wedding. Then I received call. Someone told me that I refused posting their videos. That they heard that I will be carrying out my wedding ceremony in my community. That it's no problem. They will visit me. Yes. Then I called the phone number again. They refused speaking. Called. They refused speaking. Then a week after, then someone brought a voice note on WhatsApp from me that am I ready to start posting their content, or do I still want them to come and visit me with a different phone number? And if you dial back, nobody will pick. Sometimes it won't even go through. So I became afraid, and that period, it was hot. It was a hot period. So I said, okay, there's no problem. So I thought about what I could do, even if I made a local arrangement for resistance. Should any following come? So, but I said, okay, let me give them that false hope that I'm doing what they expect, what they have been expecting of me to do. So I told somebody to produce that cake for me. Design it that way. If they came, or if they didn't later come, let that cake, because I knew it was going to trend. So let them see that I am with them gradually. Let them give me breathing space. So I did it, but I didn't know that it would trend up to the extent it trended. So DSS invited me in Abakaliki. They invited me, so I didn't come. I didn't come the first time they told me to come. So I got another call from DSS telling me, do you think we don't know where you are? Are you not in so hotel? And I was there. I told my wife, no. Let me go answer them, boy. Let me go answer them, please. So I went and answered them. Then they brought me, they brought everything. So, and said that I am an IPOB member. Yes or no? I said I am not. Then I narrated to them what happened. But Omahi was on the other side pushing them, taking up, taking. So, in fact, one of them told me that, one of them I know that, told me that the problem is your governor. Your governor wants you out of this state. He has been making calls, resisting. So, it's wahala. So Umahi was pressurizing the DSS to use that as evidence against me. They said I'm one of the sponsors of Onungonnet. No, I convinced the DSS. They did what they did with my phones. They tracked my trajectories so they didn't find any evidence against me. So, I even had to give them one of those voice notes. It's still the threat, Then they found reason in it, and decided to report back to FCT. They told them that that guy is innocent. He's innocent. He was just trying to secure his life and life of his newly married wife. At the end of I was there till 9 in the night. I went there by 8:30 in the morning. I was there till 9 in the night. Umahi was busy disturbing. He saw it as a veritable opportunity to get rid of me. But at the end of everything, I like DSS. I prefer DSS to police. Yes, because if it were to be police,
collect beat it first before explaining.
they wouldn't have even needed to marry because you. We have before you know what's happening. They'll tell you they've called one of their sponsors. See, so but DSS was very professional in investigating. So people were also making calls. Some big men were also making calls. So that was how I survived that period. So they told me to come back. I came back, and I was finally cleared to go. So that was the reason. I'm not sympathetic of IPOB. I'm not a member, and I don't plan to be a member tomorrow. So now I talk about Biafra. If Biafra will come, it will come. But I don't believe that we should be killing ourselves for the sake of Biafra. So every one of us desires a better state for Igbo people. But we must not be killing the people. I'm not saying that IPOB people are, they are very violent. I'm not saying that they are killing people. But
so IPOB people have humbled you. The almighty Chika, you humbled you to a point that you had to design your wedding cake in their color,
and they know everybody. They know you. They know your address. You see. So I'm not saying that they are the ones causing what's happening, but they provided the ground, for other criminals to use and advance their criminal endeavor. So that is
Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu should be released?
Yes, now. Yes, now. Who am I to say no? Yes, now. He has to be released because I believe that his continued detention is part of why Southeast has not known peace.
Are you saying yes now that he should be released because of fear of IPOB or because it is what you believe in?
He should be released. He's staying there does not feel so he should be released because since these guys said that once he's released, I think Nnamdi Kanu has always said it, that his release would calm all frayed nerves in the Southeast. So, and I believe, federal government is afraid. But let me tell you the truth. The gospel truth is that his continued detention is not the making of federal government. It's the Southeast governors. They don't want him out. I'm telling you, that's the truth. They don't want him out, or they're afraid. And Nnamdi Kanu is not he's stiff. He's stiff-necked. He's not someone you can bend. He's not someone you can threaten, and threaten into submission. So they are afraid that if this guy comes out, who knows what next, and who is ready to sign for him among the political elite. So that's their fear. But Southeast government.
Personally, my personal opinion is that he should be released. The reason why I said he should be released is because if we are a country that pride ourselves in, in the rule of law, then the rule of law should also be applied in his case. He was illegally brought to the country.
Yeah.
We can't keep saying that. We can't keep applying the law where it suits us as a people. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. And I also think that his case is something that has a political solution. So I personally, I've written about it on my page, even though I've had issues with IPOP people, but of course, you know them. I spoke against the operation of IPUB from the beginning because I know it was going to metamorphose into what it is today. But his detention is something that I think the government can find a better way of resolving it for the sake of the ordinary people of the Southeast, so that we can have peace.
Some communities in Southeast,
Yeah,
they were destroyed beyond because Okigwe, Umololo, all those places, Osumu in Anambra.
so if the government are right-thinking governments, they should not condemn an entire people because of the sins of a few. It doesn't make sense. But now let's talk about, you've spoken loudly against political corruption, but I've barely heard you talk about the religious corruption in Nigeria. And matter of fact, with the KaaTruths Podcast, we've exposed some, religious atrocities and corruption, especially in Ebonyi State. I don't know if you have seen any of them. Of course, you must have. But unfortunately, the government has not done anything against, even when there are overwhelming evidence. Even when there are overwhelming evidence supporting some of the exposés that we've done. What do you think is the reason why the government has not done anything about this religious criminality? So what do you think concerning the religious fraud?
Well,
and why do you think it seems the government are protecting them? I'm asking you this as a knight.
Yes, yeah. Now, let me start with the question that involves government. Majority of the people casting votes come from the church. They come from the church. So no government would like to do anything or to take any action or say anything that will pit them against the church. You said. So politicians are always careful when dealing with church matters. So they don't want to lose the next election, or they don't want their government not to be popular again. So that's why everybody knows what's happening in church now. Everybody knows. That it's business, and government contributed to it. So government wouldn't be fighting against what they contributed to. The monster they created, because most of the people, doing church things today, out of frustration, no job, no employment, no good environment for talents to thrive. So you see them going into church now. But when they start working fairly, you see that many people don't they are not interested to go to heaven. So they are now talking about heaven because they want to, they think that it is true church, it is true a religious spirituality that they will get their redemption. So they are not doing that because they so much love God or they want to go to heaven. So it does that government in Africa or Nigeria in particular isn't doing well. Assuming government is doing what it should do, then dependence on spiritual intervention will reduce. It will reduce. And now, church has become mercantile in such a way that in fact, a friend of mine told me, that was 2 weeks ago, that we should come together, two of us, and open a church. We should open a church.
I'm actually planning on opening one myself. I'm being serious. They're looking for a hall now.
Oh, the guy was serious that we should recruit 2 pastors. Find 2 pastors and recruit. Maybe find a way to make them to be seeing vision.
You people can consult me. I will make you a prophet overnight.
You see, so you say that you see that people know that church in Africa or in Nigeria is basically business opportunity. So it's not as if all of us do not. We know. So that's why, and it is worse with women. You see, because in every crusade ground, you see more of women. In every ministry, you see more of women than men. It is women that call their pastors daddy. Men do not. Any man that calls his pastor daddy, maybe he is looking for something. But women are easily caught in the trap of these get rich quick
Schemes.
Yes. So church in Nigeria, I was not in Anglican before, but a situation whereby someone told me not to do to participate in things my village is doing. Don't do this, and I don't know the difference between tradition and heathenism. So culture and tradition, you do them without knowing. You don't know, so they're constantly speaking against tradition. It's just out of ignorance. Tradition is the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you what you eat, the way you organize burials, marriages, all those things. They are tradition. Whether you are Reverend Father, you are vicar, whatever, then you must pass through that process. So church in Nigeria is now moreover all these new generation churches. They are purely into business. So they are purely into business. They are into business, and I believe that they should be paying tax. They be paying tax. They are doing the opening shops, so they should be everywhere. Churches. In the night, when someone should be sleeping, someone is mounting her speaker, you're singing one funny song,
So, and yet our problem seems to keep multiplying.
It keeps multiplying because we are just God is far from us, because we are not doing what God wants. So God himself knows that it is business opportunity for Africans. So that is why some people that travel overseas, when they go there where systems are working well, then you see them becoming less religious. So you don't need prayer to deliver you from kidnappers. You don't, and you see these the Jews, they are living large, as in they are living very large, and their church members have turned them into demigods. They see them as objects of worship. So they venerate them. If you dare criticize them, then they will see you as a candidate of hellfire. You see it. They don't know that these they are also public servants. These pastors, they are doing business. They are public figures. So we have to criticize some of the things they say and do. You see, when you give someone a sticker to paste on his or her door, then that no criminal will ever. But you are going with DSS, police,
Army, bulletproof car.
So are you not doing the opposite of what you are preaching? Why not use that sticker as well? You say it.
No, their God protects only the poor.
You see, so telling them that they are going to heaven, is that how they should go to? Are these things the things that will take them to heaven? I believe that we are so much of religious people, without being spiritual. We are just religion, trying to belong, and people are afraid of speaking out because if you speak, condemnation will come. They will say you are this.
Just like people see me now as an antichrist.
You see it. They say you are.
People have been on pastors. Some churches have been organizing prayers so that God will kill me. God has refused to kill me.
You see, they don't know that it's not like that. You don't have to disturb God. You don't disturb God with your personal, what government should do for you. The mistakes you made in the onset, you are now belaboring God, to help you out of it. It doesn't work that way. So I feel that the idea of church in Africa is one of business opportunities.
Thank you. Just it. But please, when you people decide to open the church, don't forget to consult me.
Yeah, no, I will.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's episode, and it's been a very, 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 very revealing one. Very exciting episode. If you've watched to this point, I want to take out time to say thank you to you. You're the reason why we do what we do here. Your encouragement is very important to us. And I've also realized that some of you forget to subscribe to this channel after watching our videos. It's something that is for free. You're not paying to do it. So I urge you to kindly just take out a few seconds of your time to subscribe to our channel. With your subscription, we're going to grow, and with our growth, we're going to reach a lot of more people. And if we're able to do that, we'll continue to do what we do here and take the message to a wider and bigger audience. Thank you so much. I remain your humble host, KAA. See you next time.